Our local United Auto Workers sending a message to Stellantis by overwhelmingly authorizing a potential strike against the manufacturer.
Now you're going to see here on your screen that 91% of local 1268 members voting yes. This doesn't mean workers are on strike as we speak. Rather, it communicates to Stellantis that the union isn't afraid to strike if the company doesn't keep the promises outlined in last year's sweeping new contract.
For Belvedere workers, a lot of it comes down to the idled assembly plant and Stellantis delaying the opening of a new electric vehicle and battery facility. Union members say that this delay is breaching the contract and will threaten to strike if Stellantis keeps the project in limbo.
However, the automaker has recently fired back, claiming they're not violating the agreement, but instead the United Auto Workers are the ones going against the deal by striking. Just a month ago, Stellantis filed multiple lawsuits against the UAW and a branch in Los Angeles, saying strikes would put the company in jeopardy.
Since then, over 80 members of Congress, including Representatives Bill Foster and Eric Sorensen, are calling on Stellantis to keep their commitments. Belvedere union workers telling us tonight that voting to strike isn't their best choice, but if they have to in order for Stellantis to bring the assembly plant back sooner, then they will.
That's right, Brittany. And with the presidential election behind us, workers also say a second Trump administration doesn't bring hope for the future of the plant.
With this new administration, I don't know what to tell you, but I just hope they do the right thing and try to make, like what they've been saying, to make America great again. And to me, that's being the production capital, the manufacturing capital, and the exporting capital.
At this hour, we don't know if Stellantis will take any action against the local UAW 1268.
Let's now take a live look outside downtown Rockford tonight. You can see it's been a pretty quiet and peaceful Thursday as we get a little bit closer to the weekend. Looking forward to Friday.
Most definitely. Just a little chilly out there. Chief Meteorologist Alex Kirchner joins us tonight. Alex, what can we expect as we wrap up the week?
So as we go into Friday, we've got that sunshine that we saw today sticking around into tomorrow. So more sunny weather expected to round out the week. Pleasant way to do that. Also seeing temperatures staying near average, which means some chilliness early, followed by conditions warming up nicely in the afternoon. So more beautiful fall weather around the corner, which is perfect timing for our Friday. So going into the morning, plan on some brisk conditions. We do drop to near freezing tonight. So 30s early, slight amount of wind chill over the course of those morning hours. Going closer to the afternoon, though, we're approaching 60 degrees. Usually we're in the low 50s around this time of year, but we'll be close to 60 again like we saw as of today for tomorrow afternoon. So a little bit of warmth in the air as we round out the week. Now the weekend does have a chance for some clouds and some rain showers to return. So things get a little more active once we get to the weekend itself. I'll time out when that rain comes through and how it could impact your plans. That's ahead in the forecast.
All right, Alex, thank you. Over to a developing story tonight out of Wisconsin. Kenosha police averted a tragedy after arresting a teen who allegedly tried to shoot up an elementary school.
Now, police say community tips led to the arrest of the 13-year-old middle school student whose identity has not been released. The teen allegedly walked into the elementary school holding a backpack and a black duffel bag. He then ran when he was approached by school staff.
Officers were able to talk him into surrendering, and police say an initial investigation reveals the suspect shared videos and made several comments to fellow students for weeks leading up to the attempted shooting.
This is something that had been told to people of his growing intentions. We know that there's internet searches, and all the red flags that we would look for and expect someone to report were there. We're just going to re-encourage everybody when they see something, say something, help us out, have those talks with your children. These videos shouldn't have been seen by us today. This should have been reported to us earlier.
And students will be off school tomorrow due to a previously scheduled staff workday.
And near Chicago, DePaul University is investigating an attack on 2 Jewish students near the school's Lincoln Park campus. Officials say the students were voicing support for Israel when they were punched by people wearing masks. There were no serious injuries reported and both students declined medical attention. The university's president released a statement calling the incident, quote, unacceptable and a violation of DePaul's values. One DePaul student agreeing with this sentiment, saying violence is never the answer.
I mean, we can disagree with people, we can not have the same views as people, but I think you shouldn't just act like that in any situation. It's one thing to disagree, but it's another thing to, act on that and be violent with it. That's just not needed in our country right now, and I think the world in general. We shouldn't be, violent with people. We shouldn't be, trying to hurt other people. We should all be trying to come together.
Chicago police have joined DePaul's investigation.
Over to your election authority tonight. Americans, in their own words, are telling us what exactly happened on election night.
That's right, Brittany. Leaning on the power of NBC News crews dispatched throughout the country, we weave together the different perspectives of everyday people explaining what happened, why, and what's next for the country. Take a look.
So what happened with the election? Well, the American people spoke. They answered pretty clearly what they felt about the direction of the country and who they chose.
I think you had a populace that had seen what happened the past 4 years, exploding house prices, exploding grocery prices, and were fed up with it and wanted change. And I think it was a reversion back to what they felt like in 2016.
Trump had heard these people. He's traveled all over the country, listening to everybody.
I think what happened was someone who got voted in as being a person that pretty much plays on people's emotions.
Trump prevailed. Trump prevailed. And Republicans actually did what they set out to do.
I don't think anyone in this country trusts a woman to run this country. That's where the trust issue was. I think she had a good. If Kamala was actually a man, she had the brain enough to run this country. And just because she's a woman, that's where the trust was.
I pretty much think it's an overcorrection. So it's like, hey, you women got rights, now let's take them back, sort of thing. I don't know.
People are tired of the last 3.5 years of getting stuff shoved down their throat, telling boys they're girls and girls are boys.
Just in being a moral person, I'm having a hard time accepting that people are more willing to accept a convicted felon and an accused rapist, can I say that, over a person who doesn't have any convictions and also who has the experience of 2 branches of government.
What happened with the election, we had Democrats in office for a very long time, and it seems like they didn't come through with all the promises that they did have, and it looks like the people have had enough of it.
It's about economics. America's tired. Their pockets are empty, and they want support. They want help. And I think they chose somebody who can give them that.
Too many people enjoy the permission structure that he gives them to be misogynist and hateful and racist. I can't think of any other reason, because if you listen to the words that come out of his mouth, if you take him at his word, then you know what he's going to do and you're okay with it.
In private conversations, I heard people really upset about how Joe Biden was ousted toward the end of his career, and she was placed in that seat, and that they were not happy with the way it was done.
Look at this guy. Wow, I can't believe it. This is unbelievable.
If you love this country, which I do, I think we kind of have to get on board. It's like anything. We did our best, we made our voices heard, but we unfortunately have to get on the train because it's already left the station.
Quiero que él trabaje en beneficio también de la comunidad hispana, que él sepa que nosotros fuimos, que le dimos el impulso para que él pueda ser presidente.
I do believe that in the next 4 years, in the midterms, we will speak our minds and realize that things need to change.
I am excited about the next 4 years, and I think the numbers show you that the majority of the United States, all over, they're excited. Otherwise, this would not have happened.
We're going to see hopefully our gas prices go down. The cost of living become more affordable. I want to see Americans, be able to own a home again, be able to afford a home, live the American dream. And I feel like that'll become more of a reality under President Trump.
I have no idea. I have no idea where the country goes from here. I don't know where I go from here.
That was just a clip from America Speaks. You can find the full version for free right now on NBCnews.com.
Happening tomorrow, Illinois Secretary of State is helping Stateline residents sign up for a real ID. You'll need one to get on a flight starting next year, so you might want to consider stopping by this event. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you can visit the pop-up at the Chicago Rockford Airport. If you're applying for a real ID, you'll need a handful of documents, including a birth certificate, social security number, 2 current residency documents, and proof of your signature. You'll need to make an appointment for tomorrow's event, and to do that, you can call the number or email on your screen.
Also happening tomorrow, Rockford residents and businesses who were severely impacted by July's severe weather have one more day to get their questions answered in person. That's because the Disaster Recovery Center at Forest City Church is closing tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Specialists from FEMA and the state of Illinois have been helping survivors apply for aid, upload documents, and access other types of help they need. The good news is you don't need to visit the center to apply for aid. You can apply at disasterassistance.gov, but know that you have until November 19th to do so.
And still to come on 13 News at 10, Volkswagen is recalling thousands of cars because their airbags could explode. How to know if your vehicle is affected.
And it's never too early for holiday cheer because the Rockefeller Christmas tree is already on its way to the Big Apple. We'll hear from the Massachusetts family donating it after the break.
And the weekend may see some rain showers return to our backyard, so when a little rainy weather is possible, it's coming up in the forecast.
We're back with a consumer alert tonight. Volkswagen is recalling 114,000 cars because the driver's side airbags could explode.
Very important information here. The recall includes certain 2006 to 2007 Passat sedans, 2012 to 2014 Passat models, and 2017 Passat wagons. 2017 to 2019 Beetle and Beetle convertible models are also included in that recall.
According to the Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the airbags pose a risk of exploding due to long-term exposure to humidity and high temperatures. Volkswagen dealerships will replace the airbags for free. Affected owners will be notified by late December.
And roughly 512,000 Govee Life and Govee Smart electric space heaters are being recalled for safety-related reasons. The Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a statement saying these items can overheat and pose a potential fire or burn hazard.
Officials say there have been more than 100 related incidents that resulted in 7 reported fires and 1 minor burn injury. More information is available right now at cpsc.gov. And while we haven't needed our heaters on full blast just yet, I'm already saying 'tis the season, Britt.
Yes, I feel the holiday spirit kicking in. Christmas is on a lot of our minds right now, and there's almost no place in the country that brings in more holiday cheer than Rockefeller Plaza in New York City. So let's take a live look there right now. Look, are people ice skating? Is this a hockey game? Oh,
No,
they're ice skating.
skating.
Okay, just had to check. You can see they are ice skating out there having some fun, and soon there will be a lot more going on because this year's Christmas tree is on its way to Manhattan. How exciting.
Get excited. NBC's Maria LaRosa met with the Massachusetts family, donating it, and saw it wrapped up for its big journey.
It was an early day for the Albert family of West Stockbridge, Massachusetts, saying goodbye to the tree that stood in their yard for over 65 years, planted by the owner's father.
2 days after my mother had died, Eric showed up. It was almost like divine intervention.
Eric showing up was a surprise. We didn't think he was real. It's just been an awesome experience.
Rockefeller Center's head gardener, Eric Pauzet, first spotted the tree back in 2020. And when he asked if they were considered donating it,
well, I look for a tree that's going to look great in Rockefeller Center, and this one fits the bill.
I love the tree. This morning, hundreds of neighbors and residents of West Stockbridge gathered to see it go.
Our town may be small, but we are big in Christmas cheer. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
I love it. Oh, I think it's so exciting. I was born and brought up in this town, so I couldn't get happier about it.
Beyond over the moon. We are so psyched to be a part of this for our small town.
I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I'm just so happy to be here and to spread all cheer with everyone in town.
Love to see everyone with so much happiness.
This is so wonderful.
It's the first Rockefeller Center tree from Massachusetts since 1959.
It's a very special piece of tree because out of anywhere in the world they could have picked it, they picked here.
After an emotional goodbye and harnesses in place, it was time for the chainsaw.
I don't know how they're going to carry it.
One young resident questioned the crew's ability to move the tree.
That truck won't fit it. No.
All right, buddy, listen. You see that truck? You see this tree? You don't think it's going to fit on that truck?
So the crew first explained it to him, then got to work, lifting the 74-foot-tall, 11-ton Norway spruce into the air and carefully laying it onto the flatbed to begin its 140-mile trek to Rockefeller Center.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and you will never see it again. I think that it's cool that we have, from my town, going, to New York, where a bunch of people are going to go to see it.
Yeah.
Feel, famous over here. Pretty cool, and I really like it.
The tree is scheduled to arrive at Rockefeller Center on Saturday morning, where it will be decorated with 50,000 multicolored lights in preparation for the lighting on December 4th.
He's right. Once in a lifetime. Definitely got me into the Christmas spirit, too. Now, after the holidays, the tree will be milled into lumber and used by Habitat for Humanity to create homes for those in need.
After seeing sunshine for the first time in 4 days, we get more of it going into Friday. So 4 cloudy days in a row replaced with sunny weather today. We've got more of that for Friday. Soak it up while we got it because we go into the weekend, may see more clouds and a chance for some showers. But beautiful way to round out the work week. A little brisk in the morning with temperatures in the 30s, but we're quickly back into the 50s and may get close to 60 degrees like we saw today. So a little warm for this time of year, just by a touch. So overall, beautiful fall weather as we round out our work week, and things get a little interesting going into the weekend. The weekend itself is mainly dry. We have high temperatures in the upper 50s both days, turning cloudy on Saturday and then reversing course on Sunday. So starting out cloudy, getting back to partly cloudy by the afternoon. Also be ready for some breezy winds on Sunday, gusting at times up to 25, even 30 miles per hour. Now it's right in between, mostly Saturday night, that we see a chance for some rain showers. And not seeing a ton of rain coming, but if you do have Saturday night plans, you are going to be out and about. Be ready for a little rain to come through early in the night with our next weather system. Now that one is south of Denver as of right now, but associated with that, we're seeing some snow into Colorado. They were having a winter storm just recently, shut down the interstate in some spots near Denver. Thankfully, that's cleared out, but a sign that winter might be getting a little closer as we go deeper into this month. For us, though, it's the same weather system that's going to bring rain for us. So again, we're dry and sunny tomorrow. Then going into later Saturday, that rain is knocking on our doorstep. You can see Future Trek indicating some showers possible by the late afternoon. I think there's going to be too much dry air in the way, so that initial line of showers expecting to fizzle. Then going into Saturday evening and night, that's when we see the rain taking hold and sweeping through. Now, I think a lot of it's going to come in well after sunset, so probably won't affect your evening plans too much, but here we are at about 10:30 Saturday night, looking at some light rain showers, may pick up a couple tenths of an inch. That's all out very quickly. By Sunday morning, we're already seeing the rain exit. We'll have a dry end to the weekend. Now, I mentioned snow just a second ago. We're way too warm for any kind of winter weather, but it's Winter Weather Preparedness Week in Illinois, so reviewing some terms, a watch is your heads up advisory. That's when difficult travel conditions are possible, but you still may be able to navigate them. A warning means just stay put. Don't travel anytime those get issued. No wintry weather anytime soon. It's the upper 50s clear into next week. Next Wednesday could be a soaker. We'll see it. Keep an eye on that and hope for some hefty rain because we have drought conditions still in play. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, bit of a cool down on Thursday into the 40s, but then we rebound back to the 50s late next week.